Hi, my name is Colleen Barrett and I'm an independent Jamberry consultant, and today I am going to be showing you how to layer your wraps, layering two different designs. Today I am going to be layering Boomerang over Prince Charming because these two are obviously made for each other. Just look how cute that is. Okay. So there's two different ways that you can layer wraps, and I'm going to show you both ways today. So the first way is by actually starting off with the wraps together. So for me, I'm going to show you on my pinky, and so I use the smallest wrap. As you can see, it fits. You always want to size your wraps before you put them on. So what I'm going to do is just peel up the piece that I want from my sheet. And I'm going to very carefully line it up with the other sheet. I'm not going to show you because that'll be difficult. Sorry. Yep. And I didn't line it up very well. Hold on. Well, that's okay. Okay, so as you can see, I have it layered over it on the actual sheet. So when you do it this way, it makes it very, very thick. So how you normally will heat your wrap up for maybe like 5 seconds, doing this, you're going to have to heat it up a lot longer to be able to get that extra thick layer nice and malleable to have it shrink wrap to your nail. So you're just going to clip it off your sheet as usual. Got my little piece here. And you're going to hold it to your heater. I've got mine over here. And, oops, man, I am failing at this video. And you're going to hold it in front of the heater for about 30-45 seconds until it starts to curl, like how it normally would when it's just a single layer. Keep in mind, I've already prepped my nails before starting this video because I wanted to save time, but you always want to make sure that you don't have that invisible cuticle on your nail, so make sure you push that back. You want to have your nail fully cleaned with alcohol, no polish, no oils, nothing on your nail bed, so that it has a nice clean surface to adhere to, and that way you can get a good seal and a good application. So now I've got it all nice and heated up, and I'm going to apply it to my nail, just as you would with a regular application. And you're going to take your rubber cuticle pusher and push it down just like you normally would. And I like to use my opposite finger to kind of get an extra good seal. And then just because this is extra thick, I like to make sure that it works, that it actually really gets a good seal in there. So I'm going to heat it up one more time just to make sure it really adheres to my nail bed and really gets that perfect seal, so no water or moisture gets in between the wrap and my nail bed, and that way I can get a nice long application that'll hopefully last me a couple weeks. I usually wear my wraps for about a week and a half. That's about when I tend to get ready for a new design. So once you've got your application all done, you're just going to want to trim the excess off as usual. So I've got a little bit there that I get to file off with my Jamberry nail file at a 90-degree angle as usual. And don't be afraid to be a little rough with it, especially because you've got two layers of wraps on here. It's going to take a little bit more force to actually file through it. Man, it's really tough. All right. Okay, so that's my first one. All done. It is layered boomerang over Prince Charming. So that's how you do that first method, where you layer it first, okay? The second way that you do it, I'm going to show you on my ring finger here, is by applying the first wrap, or the bottom wrap first, and then the second wrap on top of it. So essentially doing two separate applications. So let me just make sure this fits right. So for my ring finger, I use the third one in. And as usual, you just want to use your orange stick to peel it from the sheet and cut it off right in the middle so that you have a little piece that you're going to apply to your nail. And heat it up as usual until it starts to curl. A little bit of, I heated it a little bit too long, but really only about 3 to 5 seconds is all that you need. And then you are going to apply it to your nail as usual. So I've got mine there. And just take the rubber cuticle pusher and you're just going to smooth it along the edge of your nail. Get out all those bubbles. I have extremely curved nails, so I have a really hard time with the bubbles. I probably won't do this kind of jam cure very often because of that, because I usually do the baseball method because my nails are so curvy. I'll do another video to show you guys how to do that. So you've got your first one on there. That's all good. Perfect. And then you want to get your second one. Do the same exact thing. Peel it off of the sheet. Snip it so that it'll fit on your nail. Little piece. Heat it for a couple seconds. And then you're just going to lay it right over the top of the first one. And I'm just going to press mine down. And again, I'm going to heat this up again after it's already on my nail, just because I want to make sure I get that extra good seal. And don't be afraid to just get a little aggressive with that cuticle pusher. Really just push down around the edges. Sometimes I like to pull at the end a little bit too. Get a nice strong seal around the very tip of your nail, the exposed tip. Once again, we're going to cut off the excess. And we're going to use our file and we're going to just file it at a 90-degree angle again. If you get resistance with this, you can use a higher grain of nail file, which I actually usually do. Or I also recommend make sure that your wraps are cooled down fully before you start filing them off. Otherwise you'll get kind of a, like the vinyl will stretch, and so you'll get kind of a gooey effect where it'll just kind of stretch off of your nail and not really tear away cleanly. So always make sure that it's nice and cooled down so you don't get that to happen. It's actually happening to me right now because I'm in a hurry making a video. Don't be like me. Apply your jams correctly. Okay, perfect. So now I've got my other one all done. It's been filed off. So two different methods of applying your layered wraps. both get the same effect. It really just depends on how much time you have and which way you prefer to do it. Probably the shape of your nail, I would imagine, has something to do with it. For me, I think I prefer doing the layer them ahead of time, so you're working with the 2 layered ones at the same time. I think that's my preference. So thank you for watching. Let me know if you have any questions, and keep jamming.